YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Jarvis Parson, aka Spidey from Spidey Weber Productions, and today we're here to talk about something a little bit more serious. Today we're here to talk about the struggle that we tend to make cool in the hip hop community, the way I see it. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jarvis Parson, aka Spidey from Spidey Weber Productions. And before we get started, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also hit the notification button down there so you know the next time I drop a video and you get notified, which should be about every day at this point. We're here to talk about something a little bit more serious that I see very common in the hip hop community, and that is making the struggle cool. And I see that being an issue. So for instance, I saw a post on Instagram, and what it was doing was a popular post that I saw on my Explore page, not on my Explore, but I saw this video on the Explore page on my Instagram, and it was pretty much comparing rich rappers from poor rappers. And it's not so much the post that really got to me, but more so the comments that what I was reading through, the way people was thinking, the things that people were saying. And I noticed that it's just a common thing that tend to discredit people that come from non-poor circumstances. So if you come from a middle class home, or if you come from an upper class home, they tend to discredit you in all the art. See, to me, art is art, regardless of whether you're rich or whether you came from a low income area. I mean, if you're a dope artist, you're a dope artist. Now, granted, with you coming from higher social class or higher financial class, you have more opportunities to where you have less on your table, to where you can spend more time being creative. And I get that. I mean, that comes with anything. If you got more money, you can spend more time doing what you love to do, compared to people that's less fortunate. They got to spend more time trying to survive than they can really diving into their creativity. So I do get that people that have more money do have their advantage, and I'm not going to take that away from them. But we need to stop discrediting people just because of their financial backgrounds, especially when they're children. Because children don't choose their parents. Children don't choose their financial background. When they born into this world, whatever spoon God gave them, that's just what they're going to have. And we need to stop discrediting people because of that. It just irks me. I can understand, but we just got to get away from that. Some of the artists out there are really dope, regardless of where they came from. And some of the comparisons that they did, they was talking about Jaden Smith. Man, Jaden Smith is a dope artist, man. His creativity is through the roof. I know his inspirations is Kid Cudi and Kanye and things like that, but his creativity is through the roof, regardless of whether, I mean, I'm sure that maybe because he was a little bit more wealthy coming up, that he had more time to dive into that, and he had more, he had the availability to mess up and try again and mess up and try again. But at the end of the day, man, just because you rich don't mean you good. I mean, there's plenty of rich people that they try to dive into music or dive into artistry, they would be complete trash. There's plenty of poor people that could have dove into those things and still be trash. I mean, your gift is your gift, regardless of where you got it from. Now, obviously, different things that give you different advantages, but I'm not gonna sit here and just completely discredit your talent because you grew up rich. Like, I mean, you grew up rich. I mean, that's just how you grew up. And another thing, and this is just my opinion, how you take it. But I would think if anybody was given a choice to be rich or poor, I feel like everybody would want to be rich. So why not? Why demonize or discredit people that were able to put their children in those situations? I'm not gonna discredit you because your parents did what they felt like was the right thing to do to get them in that situation. I've noticed in the hip hop community, we had this feeling like if you didn't struggle, you not real. If you didn't struggle, you not good enough. Like, is your struggle story better than mine? If I have a better struggle story, I'm a realer dude than you. That it ain't even gotta be about all that. Man, listen, I'm gonna provide. I'm doing this to provide a good lifestyle for my future children and my future wife and all of that. I'm not here doing this so my kid can have a struggle story, so he can go to school and say, hey, my daddy couldn't give me the PS12 by the time he in middle school. Maybe they might have a PS26. I don't know. But I'm just saying, hypothetically, people need to stop comparing their struggle stories. Who more realer than this? Who more thugged out than this? And granted, I do applaud those people that come from struggle and make it into something. You deserve the utmost respect, because I understand a lot of people can't make it out of that. And if you do, you 1 in a million or you 1 in 1,000, and you deserve to be applauded for that. I'm not gonna disown that. I'm not gonna discredit that. But the issue is, we can't discredit people that you came from better circumstances. They came from better circumstances. They were just privileged to do that. But at the end of the day, creativity is creativity. Now, I'm just talking about the creativity side of things. Now, when it comes to other stuff, that's not this conversation. When we talk about creativity is creativity no matter where you get it from. So we need to stop just crediting people because of that. We need to start looking at creativity for who it is. If you're creative, you're creative. Despite your past, despite your background, despite if you've been to jail 12 times, despite if you grew up in the suburbs and you had the car at 15, your whole college fund paid for with your parents. Despite all of that, if you creative, man, you creative. I don't want to hear it. I don't care about nothing about how you were brought up. But you're not going to discredit somebody just because they came from a better background. They didn't choose that. And I'm sure if you had the choice, you would choose that too. So with that, I'm going to end that here. That was just my little rant. I just noticed that, and it kind of just got under my skin. Like, bro, how y'all going to discredit people just because they come from a middle class or upper class background? I just felt like that's just not fair. We need to stop associating hip hop with struggle. It don't have to be that. Hip hop is creativity. Hip hop is power. Hip hop is origin. All that, man, I got it out the mud, man. That's cool for you, bro. But you're not gonna label that with hip hop. We need to quit. We need to get away from that. Cause then that's what people gonna associate hip hop with, and that's not cool. So we don't need people thinking that all hip hop people poor. Like, nah, like, and ain't nothing wrong with being that, but you're not gonna associate people with that, like put that stigma on people. Cause I love hip hop, and I'm hoping to not be poor. So if I'm walking down the street and I got a Tupac shirt on and I got my chain, I'm listening to hip hop, well, people are just gonna think I'm poor because we associating hip hop with poor or struggle. We're not gonna do that. But that's just my opinion. And I want to thank y'all for watching. And remember, I don't know all the answers. I just know my experience. Till next time, peace.